For many international visitors, the USA means one thing: New York City. It's the kind of destination that's impossible to avoid, even if you don't plan on visiting it, because it's just so famous. But there are plenty of other destinations in the United States that are worth visiting, too, and they might even be better suited to your interests than some of the most popular tourist attractions in America. For many international visitors to Asheville, North Carolina will quickly find this mountain town a joy. Asheville is rich with arts and culture, with art galleries and craft boutiques, as well as some of the best restaurants in Western North Carolina. In addition, downtown Asheville features some beautiful architecture from all eras, most notably its preserved turn-of-the-century buildings like Pack Square Park. And for those looking for a spot that's all about natural beauty, there are over 70 miles of hiking trails just a short drive away. The Blue Ridge Parkway offers incredible views of mountains, valleys, waterfalls, and other nature attractions. Plus, Asheville's beer scene is booming. Breweries like Catawba Brewing Company and Burial Beer Co. are making some great beers right in the heart of the city, while others are just down the road in nearby towns like Silva or Black Mountain. If you're coming to visit during one of their 2 annual festivals, Asheville Beer Week or Brewgrass, make sure you don't miss out on grabbing a pint at Highland Brewing Company. Visitors to Asheville, North Carolina will quickly find, some people might already know that Charleston is one of the best cities in America, but did you know it's also a phenomenal destination for foodies? One of the things that sets Charleston apart from other American cities is its sophistication and abundance of world-class restaurants. The city has been named as one of Condé Nast Traveler's top 10 cities for food lovers, with a lengthy list boasting over 60 eateries. The town is also home to an array of spectacular hotels, all within walking distance of some incredible culinary establishments. If you're planning a trip to South Carolina this year, there are no better places than Charleston. 11 Cooperstown, New York, sometimes referred to as the Holy Land of Baseball, Cooperstown offers visitors much more than just the National Baseball Hall of Fame and Museum. Tourists can take part in the museum's guided tours, which include visits to historical sites like Abner Doubleday Field. Another highlight is a stroll down Main Street, where visitors will find everything from small town shops to large art galleries. Some people might already know that Charleston, the tourist capital of America, it's worth your time because there are so many beautiful sights and good restaurants. There are also plenty of things to do. The nightlife is incredibly fun, with a lot of bars open until 3 a.m. or later with live music. They have over 1,500 hotels and they're perfect for visitors who want to get away from everything. You'll love it. It's always something going on and the people are really nice. It has a great atmosphere that can't be beat. Plus Key West is one of those places where you can feel like you're getting away even though you're not too far from home. The Key West as we know it today was built up around this long established harbor town after Henry Flagler had completed his railroad project across Florida, which ended at Key West in 1912. In 1917, Ernest Hemingway met Charles Thompson here and then went on to marry his wife Hadley Richardson here in 1921. a year. Later he published The Sun Also Rises, a book about Americans living in Paris during the 1920s post-WWI era. In 1935, Hemingway left for Spain to report on the Civil War and never returned. He died 6 years later in Idaho of suicide and self-inflicted wounds from 2 gunshots. The tourist cap. The San Francisco Bay Area is a gold mine for tourists who love amazing views, delicious food, and of course the best pizza on earth. There are many great tourist attractions throughout this region that shouldn't be missed, including Alcatraz Island, Golden Gate Bridge, Musée Mécanique, great for vintage arcade gaming, and Fisherman's Wharf. If you're feeling adventurous, take the ferry out to Angel Island State Park and explore its beautiful trails through woods and along coves. It's also home to one of California's oldest lighthouse. In terms of dining options, make sure you try In-N-Out Burger, no matter what coast you're from, and Tacalicious if Mexican food is your thing. You'll find no shortage of fantastic shopping opportunities here as well, with boutiques galore, but it doesn't stop there. Union Square has become the go-to spot for high-end designer brands like Gucci and Louis Vuitton. That said, don't forget about Pier 39, it's an iconic landmark in the city that offers unique shopping experiences and fantastic seafood restaurants. The San Francisco tourists will flock to places like New York, Los Angeles, and Chicago, but there are plenty of other lesser-known destinations in America worth visiting. The Pacific Coast may be best known for its vibrant culture and sun-drenched beaches, but San Diego is no slouch with its world-famous zoo and diverse dining scene. Boston is a fantastic city for any traveler. It has great museums, delicious food and beautiful architecture. For those looking for outdoor activities, it also has hiking trails that run along the Charles River, Saugatuck Dunes State Park, Michigan Mount Rushmore National Memorial, South Dakota El Capitan, California Great Smoky Mountains National Park, Tennessee Las Vegas Strip, Nevada Tallulah Gorge State Park, Georgia Sequoia National Forest/Giant Sequoia Trees, California Yellowstone National Park, Wyoming Acadia National Park, Maine. Austin, Texas. Austin is a hip, vibrant city with a robust music scene and excellent dining. Its festivals are well known throughout Texas, but are so large that they draw people from across America. It's also one of few cities where you can experience both incredible tacos and authentic barbecue all within a 20-minute drive of each other. Houston, Texas. The largest city in Texas is often overlooked by tourists traveling through America's Southwest. Tourists will flock. It's not surprising that the bustling city of Knoxville is near the top of anyone's list. With one of the strongest economies in America, you'll never run out of things to do. As part of your visit, check out Cumberland Island National Seashore and Sweetwater Creek State Park, where you can explore both natural beauty and fascinating history. If you're looking for something a little more adventurous, try whitewater rafting on the Ocoee River or rappelling at Raven Rock. No matter what your interest, there are plenty of activities for. Telluride is a small mountain town with not a lot of tourist attractions, but is close enough to skiing and hiking at other ski resorts that they can be done as day trips. Its proximity to Utah also means you can explore some national parks like Zion and Bryce Canyon. There are also Telluride bluegrass festivals every year, where people from all over come for 3 days of concerts, wine tasting, craft vendors, and workshops. Telluride is one of those towns with just the right amount of activities to do. You'll never get bored. Wegmans, Rochester, New York. Wegmans is an enormous grocery store with more than 70 locations around the country. It's well known for its massive size, diverse selection of items and high-quality produce. They even have their own ice cream bar. It's been called America's favorite grocery store by MarketWatch magazine. Telluride is located on the western shore of Lake Michigan. Milwaukee is a melting pot where east meets west. Stroll along an idyllic lakeside path, take a boat ride through Potawatomi State Park, or catch a game at Miller Park. The bustling Third Ward Historic District features beautiful Victorian and Art Deco architecture, while restaurants like the Larder at Loring Pasta Bar and Sugar Maple provide world-class cuisine. And don't forget the breweries. You can taste local favorites like Sprecher Beer, Ale Asylum, and Brenner Brewing Company, or check out one of 2 Guinness World Records holders, Frederick Miller Brewery's tour includes free samples of their brews and tours are offered daily. Visit the best place in town for beer, Pabst Mansion, for a glimpse into its glamorous past. Portland is one of those cities that's everyone's favorite. But for some reason, it doesn't get its fair share of visitors. This is a shame, because it really does have a lot to offer: great food, breathtaking natural scenery, and even picturesque bridges. Thanks to the Willamette River. To Salt Lake City, Utah. Salt Lake City may not be a top-tier city for tourists from other countries. However, this should not deter you from visiting. It has many things to offer: beautiful mountain views, good restaurants, museums, and historical sites such as Temple Square. 3. Savannah, Georgia. Savannah has been called the most southern city north of Atlanta, which means if you're looking for something different than Miami or New Orleans, then head down to Savannah, where you'll find gorgeous historic architecture mixed with a southern charm like no other place on earth. And don't forget to try their famous seafood at Justin's. Portland is one. If you are looking for a vibrant city with a surprising southern charm, Savannah is perfect. The historic, colorful homes lining the streets make this town a quintessential South destination. When you visit Savannah, be sure to tour Bonaventure Cemetery and marvel at its famous residents, like Elvis Presley and James Joyce. Touring the old and new cemeteries will give you an idea of how vastly different death rituals have been over time. For those who enjoy historic tours, there's also Juliette Gordon Low Birthplace Museum, which is where Girl Scouts founder Juliette Gordon Low was born. 4. Lovers of literature and art, there's also Telfair Museum of Art, which has a permanent collection from one of America's most celebrated artists, John Singer Sargent. If you are looking